15-year-old Ryley Tate Wilson stuns coaches with Dancing on My Own Season 23 of The Voice's blind auditions. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Voice Official 24, a new video. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. While the stage of The Voice Season 23 awaited the arrival of the next contender, the lights were turned down. It had been years in the making for Ryley Tate Wilson, who was only 15 years old at the time. Ryley, armed with a soulful voice and a poignant interpretation of Robin's renowned Dancing on My Own, was set to captivate the nation with his performance. Not only would his performance garner the adoration of the coaches, including Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, Niall Horan, and Chance the Rapper, but it would also firmly establish his position as one of the most remarkable talents of the season. Ryley Tate Wilson was born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama, and it was there that he first became aware of his love for music. He was brought up in a musical family, and he spent his childhood singing at open mic nights, school shows, and church activities in the neighborhood. His influences varied from traditional rock to modern pop, and he made use of a variety of musical styles to create a sound that was distinctively his own. The maturity and depth of Ryley's artistic abilities set him unique, despite the fact that he is still young. In the days leading up to the blind auditions, Ryley devoted a significant amount of time to honing his voice, learning about different vocal methods, and experimenting with other styles of arrangement. Dancing on My Own, a song that is well known for its unfiltered feelings and potent storytelling, was the one that he selected for his audition. With the intention of making it his own, Ryley intended to imbue the ballad with a sense of adolescent fragility that would resonate not only with the coaches, but also with the audience. That performance that completely stopped the show. The studio was filled with the eerie softness of Ryley's voice as the opening notes of Dancing on My Own reverberated around the space while the song was being recorded. Every note he played was infused with feeling, and his falsetto soared effortlessly. Even from the very first sentence, it was obvious that this was not only a cover, rather, it was a reinterpretation that came from the heart. Because of the sheer strength of his delivery, the audience was completely captivated and went silent. Almost immediately, the coaches responded to the situation. In a matter of seconds, Kelly Clarkson shifted her position in the chair, and her face showed signs of excitement. The raw promise that Ryley's voice possessed was recognized by Niall Horan, who, like everyone else, couldn't resist clicking his button. By the time Ryley reached the chorus, Blake Shelton and Chance the Rapper had already turned, so completing the much sought-after four-chair turn. A round of applause broke out in the studio as soon as the last note was heard hanging in the air. Ryley stood on stage, clearly overcome by the number of people who had responded. It didn't take the coaches long to lavish him with praise and compliments. "Ryley, that was absolutely incredible," said Kelly Clarkson. "When you took a song that we are all familiar with and adore, you made it completely your own. The falsetto that you have is really incredible, and the amount of feeling that you put into that performance was simply, wow. As much as I want you to be a part of my team." "Ryley, mate, that was one of the most genuine performances I've ever witnessed on this stage," said Niall Horan regarding Ryley's performance. "This remarkable talent of yours to connect with a song and make it feel personal is something that you possess. I have a feeling that we could do something truly remarkable together. Ryley, I've been a part of this show for a very long time, and every once in a while, someone like you comes along who reminds us of the reason we're here," said Blake Shelton. "You have the heart, the stage presence, and the voice to captivate an audience. Coaching you would be a privilege for me." A statement made by Chance the Rapper to Ryley. "Your voice is so pure and soulful. You have this extraordinary ability to evoke a range of emotions in other people, and that is precisely what music is all about. It would be my pleasure to assist you in pursuing it and to propel you to the next level." The moment seemed unreal to Ryley at the time. It was a competition amongst four of the most prominent figures in the music industry to be his mentor. The arguments that each coach presented were intriguing, underlining his potential and the distinctive viewpoint that they could bring to his artistic expression. Ryley made his decision after a brief period of consideration, and he went with Team Niall, Niall hurried to the stage to greet his newest team member, and his decision was met with cheers and acclaim from the others in the audience. Niall made a commitment saying, "We are going to do amazing things together," and his excitement was readily apparent. Getting on board, Ryley's relationship with Niall was just the beginning. Through the entirety of the tournament, he never failed to wow with his exceptional versatility and unwavering commitment. Ryley displayed a variety that belied his years, a range that included everything from stripped-down ballads to high-energy anthems. Through Niall's guidance, he was able to perfect his technical abilities, acquire the ability to dominate the stage, and develop into a performer who exudes self-assurance. During the knockouts, he had a performance that completely blew everyone away with his rendition of Billie Eilish's song "When the Party's Over." This was one of his most memorable performances. A standing ovation was given to him as a result of his performance, which further established his position as a frontrunner. Even though Niall was his formal coach, Ryley was able to receive direction and encouragement from all of the coaches around him. The vocal control and emotional depth that he possessed were frequently lauded by Kelly Clarkson, while Blake Shelton provided insightful counsel regarding the art of storytelling through music. Chance the Rapper, who is well known for his forward-thinking attitude, inspired Ryley to experiment with other arrangements and to push the boundaries of creative expression. Favorite of the fans. Outside of the stage, Ryley rapidly became popular among the audience. Admiration for the young singer was widespread across social media, with fans complimenting his genuineness and the undeniable skill he possessed simultaneously. The number of people who watched his performances on YouTube was consistently among the highest, and the size of his popularity increased tremendously with each new round. In spite of the fact that Ryley's adventure on The Voice eventually came to an end, it was abundantly evident that his story was just getting started. It was during his time on the show that he was able to establish a successful career, which resulted in him receiving recognition from professionals in the business and opening more doors to prospects. In the process of reflecting on his experience, Ryley expressed his thanks for the platform, as well as the guidance that he was provided with. "Being on The Voice was a dream come true," he stated in an interview. "It meant everything to me. Not only did I learn a lot about music, but I also learned a lot about myself. Taking what I've learned and continuing to develop as an artist is something I'm very thrilled about." Final thoughts. Not only was Ryley Tate Wilson's rendition of Dancing on My Own a breathtaking audition, but it was also a moment of transformation for her. It was a momentous occasion that heralded the arrival of a young artist who has a voice and vision much beyond his years. The journey that he took on The Voice Season 23 was a demonstration of the power that can be achieved with raw talent, persistence, and the bravery to be vulnerable. Because we are followers and viewers, all we can do is wait with bated breath to find out what happens next in Ryley's life. A single thing can be said with absolute certainty. This amazing young artist has not yet reached the end of his career.